Welcome all of you to EDUCARE Biology. Now I will discuss about the phloem, one kind of permanent complex tissue. Phloem tissue, which is called permanent complex tissue, may be defined as the tissue which is connected to the conduction of food material in plants. So we call phloem is a complex permanent tissue which performs the function of conduction of food materials in plant body. This phloem and xylem together constitute the vascular bundle. This vascular bundle is called conducting tissue or elements. This vascular bundle, which is composed of xylem and phloem, both xylem and phloem originated from the meristematic tissue procambium stand. In primary phloem, which differentiate from procambium stem, first and diameter is narrow, is called protoploid. The phloem, which differentiate from procambium stem, lateral, and the diameter of the cell, that is the sip tube, is more higher than protoxylem, is called metaxylem. A metaploid, not xylem, metaploid, protoploid, metaploid. Next, I will discuss about the component of phloem tissue. First of all, the discoverer of phloem tissue is Nageli, 1858. Greek Pholos, P-H-L-O-O-S, Greek phlos, ortho. Meaning of phlos is bark. Greek phlos means bark. Phloem tissue is also called bast tissue. Next, discovered, I have said. Next, components of phloem. Components of phloem. There are 4 components of phloem, 4 different cells. They are found in phloem. First, seed tubes. Next, companion cells. Next, phloem parenchyma. Next, phloem fibers. Another cell may be found in phloem in case of gymnosperm antidiophyte, which is called sheep cells. This is the primitive type of cell components of phloem. Now, I will discuss about sheep tubes. This is the sheep tubes. Sheep tubes. Sheep tubes. What is sheep tube? Sheep tube is elongated tubular structure which is formed end to end joining of sip tube cells. That is sip tube composed of sip tube cells which are joined end to end, joining of sip tube cells. Of the four types of components of phloem, only phloem fibers are dead, all other are living cells. Next, sip tubes composed of sip cells, end to end joining. These sip cells at maturity devoid of nucleus, but nucleus-less living cell. This is sip cells. These sip cells are joined end to end to form sip tubes. At maturity, sip tube cells are living but devoid of nucleus. Sip tube cells have peripheral cytoplasm. At the middle of the sip tube cells, vacuole is present. Next, adjacent sip tube cells are joined by the cytoplasmic stand. At the end of sip tube cells, that is in between two sip tube cells, there is a plate-like structure, which is called sip plate. This sip plate is obliquely placed and perforated by several pores. These pores are called sip pores. Sip pores may be simple or compound. This is the sip pore. This is the sip plate, sip pore. Through these sip pores, adjacent cytoplasmic strands are joined. And through these sip pores of sip plate, food materials are transported from one cell to another cell. That is upward, downward, from the storage to the growing region and several other cells of the plant. Next, the cell of sip tube cells are thin cellulated. So, sip cells constitutes the sip tube. This sip tube is joined to the adjacent companion cell through plasmodesmata. Both sip cells and companion cells are originated from the same mother cell. This is sip tube. Sip tube is involved in conduction of food material bidirectional, upward and downward, from a storage organ to there is storage organ leaf where food material is produced, from leaf to stem, root and other organ. There is the meristematic tissue, flower, seed. There are several organs of the plant. This is mainly involved in translocation of food material. Next, companion cells. By the name companion cells, it may be called as the cell which is attached to the sip tube. adjacent to the sieve tube, attached to the sieve tube by the plasmodesmata. This cell is parenchymatous cell. Thin walled and dense cytoplasm and prominent nucleus. This is called companion cells. They assist sieve tube for conduction of food material. They also manage the osmotic gradient for the conduction of sieve tube elements. These are called the companion cells. They are thin-walled, cellulose cell, dense cytoplasm, prominent nucleus, connected to the adjacent sieve tube cells through plasmodesmata. This helps sieve tube for conduction of food materials. Next, phloem parenchyma is one kind of parenchymatous cell which is associated to the phloem. These are living cells, thin cellulose cell, dense cytoplasm, prominent nucleus. They perform the function of food storage and slow lateral conduction of but transportation of food material to the peripheral tissues. Next, phloem fibers. These fibers are associated with the phloem tissue. This sclerenchymatous fiber, which is associated with the phloem tissue, is called phloem fibers. They are elongated, dead cell, only dead cell in phloem. Secondary cell is thickened. There are sometimes found pits, primary or secondary pits. That is simple pit or border cylinder tapering in narrow lumen, which is the characteristic of sclerenchyma tissue. This sclerenchyma, that is the phloem fiber, is involved the mechanical strength of the plant. These are phloem fibers. Next, I will again say about the sieve cells, which is the primitive phloem cell, but sieve cell, which is found in pteridophyte and gymnosperm. They are long elongated cells, but they have no nucleus at maturity, and they have no sepals. They are joined adjacent sieve cells with some kinds of pore, that is pits, which collectively involved in conduction of food materials in case of pteridophyte and gymnosperm. These are all about the component of phloem tissue. Next, I will say about the function of phloem. First of all, the function is translocation of foods. Phloem translocates food materials from sieve tubes to the upwards and downward. Not only upward and downward. It is the various direction of the plant. They translocate food material from leaf to stem, root, leaf, stem, root, and meristematic organ, flowers, seeds, several. These food materials are the reserve food materials, which is the source of food of human beings and other animals. This function is called translocation of food. Next, second function is lateral conduction. Phloem parenchyma is involved for lateral conduction of food material from the sieve tube to the peripheral tissue slowly. Sometimes phloem parenchyma store food materials also. Next, mechanical step. In case of phloem, the present sclerenchyma fiber, which is dense secondary growth, and the property of this cell is elasticity. So it gives the mechanical support to the plant. Next, commercial fibers. Commercial fibers are phloem fibers. They are used in various types of work, such as formation of wrap cloth, formation of bags, formation of cotton, formation of rope, etc. These are all phloem fibers. They are very, very important for commercial purpose. So, phloem fibers are used as commercial fiber, that is jute, hemp, etc. are the source of this fiber. These are the functions of phloem. Here, I have drawn the picture. Next is a transverse section TS of this regarding the sieve plate. This is sieve plate. This is sieve pore. There is the companion cell. By the transverse section through the sieve plates, this figure is drawn. This is all about your phloem tissue. Thank you all.